Before Biden took office, hell, before the election, in a video entitled, "What If Biden Wins?" I opined that the first order of business for B negative would be to grab guns by the shoulders and inhale fucking deeply. And sweet sister Sadie, I may have actually undersold the theorem. We ain't 3 months into this motherfucker's tenure, and the same media that forgot to report on mass shootings for going on a goddamn year are suddenly teeing that gun control narrative up. And Biden, well, he's swinging the bat anyway. We're sure that's a bat, right?
We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again. I got that done when I was a senator. It passed. It was law for the longest time. And it brought down these mass killings.
Really? Yeah. I come in here, and then there's a body there, and then there's one here.
December 1st, 1997, 14-year-old Michael Carneal opened fire on a prayer group at his school in Paducah, Kentucky.
Who is to blame? That is the question everyone is trying to answer in the wake of yesterday's school shootings in Springfield, Oregon. For the 4th time this school year, a student has opened fire on his classmates.
Andrew Golden, just 11 years old, and his 13-year-old friend Mitchell Johnson pulled the fire alarm at Westside Middle School in Jonesboro, Arkansas. As their classmates filed out of the school onto the playground, they gunned down 15 people. 4 young girls and a female teacher died.
The two killers belonged to a group of students that named itself the Trenchcoat Mafia, and we are beginning to learn more about these teenagers. Stacey Sager is live in the Eyewitness Newsroom with that side of the story.
We should do it again. We should also ban assault weapons in the process.
Putting aside the fact that he shit the words gun control out so fast you'd think it was Sonic Fox accepting an award for playing kids games in a fucking fursuit, if this statement seems stilted, it ain't just because for the 15th time in a fucking row he refused to take questions from his own mainstream media mouthpieces.
Thank you so much.
Will you introduce new gun legislation, Mr. President?
Nor is it because I'm Zoltar the fucking Magnificent waiting for you to slide a quarter into my slot so I can puke out the winning lotto numbers. 8675309 for the record, and the Powerball is stop spending your fucking food stamps money on scratcher tickets, you chain-smoking slag bags. It's because Biden had his speech drafted before he entered the primaries. Hell, it's about the only draft he didn't dodge. No, not the primaries he isn't legally allowed within 50 feet of. The ones where you vote. Appoint. Watch passively as the party picks whoever the merry fuck they already want to appoint as president?
That's a good thing.
For Christ's sake, he handpicked Beavis and Beto to helm his gun-grabbing division before we even cast our theoretical fucking votes and gave him one! This shit is more fixed than WrestleMania, and draws a significantly smaller crowd, might I add. And all this over a shooting carried out by a Syrian immigrant who took the Obama amnesty path to permanent residence with a Facebook page that reads like the bathroom wall at The Daily Show in Boulder, Colorado, a city that couldn't be any more deep blue if they hosted the Blue Man Group covering Dabba Dee Abba Die between bumps of blue raspberry pixie stick dust off the skull of a Berkeley humanities major while doing river dance on Brian Stelter's balls. What luck the FBI were far too busy putting John Schaefer in 11 straight weeks of solitary confinement for the mortal crime of pointing his fucking finger at someone on January 6th, rather than arresting this shitbag who'd been on their radar reportedly for fucking years. Incidentally, last I checked, Colorado cucked to gun control over a damn decade ago, outright ignoring the fact that half the shit the Dark Knight shooter brought to that shindig was already heavily regulated, if not illegal, under Colorado law. Colorado have since passed Hemingway novels worth of additional gun regulations that it would appear failed to fucking work. Even shelving firearm ownership's enshrinement in the Constitution is only the second addition to the Bill of Rights. How is gun control the only law we pass even more of, the more it fucking fails? And before anyone fires back with that well-regulated militia bullshit, precious, a subordinate clause is not just when Santa tries S&M. If you have trouble with the concept of subordinate, think what Biden is to Kamala. Even in the UK and Australia, where we're browbeaten into oblivion with their wondrous Candyland crime statistics, so long as we ignore all the Islamic honor killings and drive-by wallaby muggings, it should be noted that violent crime in both countries rose after the passage of gun control, only falling around the new millennium along the same general global real axis of falling crime rates, a worldwide trend which also lowered crime rates in the US, might I add. I ain't about to judge my fellow Brit-bongs, hell, half my family's from there, but it would appear you surrendered your right to personal defense for the privilege of a plummeting crime rate that would have materialized whether you handed your Webley in or fucking not. Certainly puts the rule in Rule Britannia. Point being, Biden is preaching some old world idiocy here, but anyone who's actually paying attention knows this inevitable assault weapons legislation was spring-loaded before Biden announced he'd fucking defy the very laws of physics by somehow managing to fall up the fucking stairs? Seriously, folks, that fucker face planted so hard I barely even saw Kamala push him. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed. Razor Fist. God. Whoops. It happens.